Yeah, can't wait for it to get started. Riotcoke representing CMC,
Yes.
and that's the Curiosity Management Company versus. Let me confirm that. Yeah, Curiosity Management Company versus SKG, being represented, or Jackgaming representing SKG. The first map is Iowa, and we're getting into it. Iroquois versus Ottomans. So with this matchup, we could see a lot of different things. Iroquois is an excellent rush civ, so is Ottomans. Ottomans are an excellent FF civ. Iroquois, not necessarily quite as good, but very strong in and of itself. And the Forest Prowlers and Musket Riders being a pretty good unit composition. Forest Prowlers are absolutely amazing. The Abus are really, really good in and of themselves, though. Not something you see all the time in an FF. Usually it's Janissaries and Falconets, but Abus are very strong in and of themselves. Let me update the scoreboard for you guys. Make sure everything is good to go. All right. All right, so taking a look at the map, make sure that it spawns fairly. It indeed looks like it did. Confirming that, yes, very fair spawn of a map. This map tends to spawn very fairly, so I'm glad it did so. We do have Ottomans going forward for a TP here, as expected, and Iroquois going forward, perhaps going to build their own TP. It appears it was a wood start. So wood start for Iroquois is really nice. You can chop an extra 100 wood and get a TP out along with using your Travois for a longhouse. He is taking this treasure of the Native American warrior, converted the pirate. That's a good one to convert. Looks really good by him. Definitely this trade post is going to be up before the trade Travois comes by. It appears one of the players is lagging a little bit. That's a shame. I am going to make sure that all of my additional windows are closed just to see if it helps at all. But it's looking good already. Looking good. All right, so it doesn't seem. Yeah, no, it is. It is lagging for sure. I'm gonna confirm a couple things real quick. But yeah, it's a shame it's lagging so bad. The players are, I think everyone's from the US, so it shouldn't be lagging bad. But hopefully it fixes itself. Looking back at the map, we'll look at the treasures that have been picked up. Riotcoke picked up 40 coin and a Native American warrior. He is going to get this 90 food, it looks like, while Ottomans is going forward. He's scouting the map. Looking for treasures. Has not found any, though. He went by this one and then went out all the way across and has not found any. This one, of course, being picked up by Iroquois. Alrighty, so it's yeah, it's lagging worse than is acceptable, but not a whole lot we can do about that. Sometimes that just happens between players. I have been proven to not lag very much. I am confirming that it is not me at all. Indeed, no frames dropped whatsoever, and my lag tests are looking really good. So one of the players is lagging significantly, and it's a shame. Looking around though, it's looking like the food was picked up by Riotcoke 90 food, and then Jackgaming gets 50 coin. So as far as treasures go, huge favor over to Riotcoke. He picks up the Native American warrior and 90 food. That's going to help him age up a little bit faster. Despite having to gather 100 wood, his age up isn't terribly bad. It looks like it'll be a decent timing. I'm curious what he's going to age up with. We're going to go to text being researched and confirm it is the quartermaster. I believe that's 400 wood age up. So it could be an FF still, but early game pressure is definitely an option. Both civilizations, Iroquois and Ottomans, have really good units in age 2. Good units in age 3 also. The one disadvantage Iroquois has in Age 3 is not having cannon shipments in Age 3. Looking at the decks real quick, we can see several crates, nearly all of the normal crates does not have 600 food, but otherwise looks like a very good deck from Riotcoke. 600 food is not common for Iroquois, by the way. Looking at Jackgaming's deck, he does have the 8 Hussar, so as Riotcoke was just mentioning, the Revolt is a possibility. We don't know if that is what is going to come about, but definite possibility. He has all the cards needed for that. He also has all the cards needed for an FF. He also has a decent amount of cards for Age 2 aggression, 4 villagers being the only one that's somewhat unusual in a 1v1. Looking around the map, we do see that Riotcoke has picked up the native warrior. That's really nice. He's got a quite strong army currently. No military building coming out from Jack, so it's likely that he's going to be doing a revolt. His herding could have been slightly better. We see Riotcoke is hitting Age 2 now, and he is aging up with... I'll just click it. The Wise Woman. That is the resources, and of course, as always with Iroquois, every time you age up, you get a Travois. The Travois usually builds a war hut, and that is what we're looking at. We see Ottomans has gone with 700 coin, so very likely to be an FF or possibly even a revolt. A revolt would be really intriguing here. That would be really nice. Yeah. So he's going to need to herd his bison well enough so that he has enough of an income. Looks like the raiding party out from Riotcoke is perhaps going to pick up this villager. He does not see it though, and making sure that his war hut is safe. That looks pretty nice there. A little bit of a lag. I'm going to confirm something already. All right, so looking around, it looks like we have 1 TP out from Riotcoke and 2 out from Jackgaming. So despite doing the forward war hut, it looks like okay. So Big Button is being sent, and he will look at units in queue. It is the tomahawks in queue, so that's going to be really nice. That's going to be a heavy push. Going to just try to deny the resources being gathered from Jackgaming. Jackgaming is sitting on top of the 70 food treasure. It does have 2 trade posts out. The Kanya horsemen coming in, that is really, really big. They're just going to take out 1 villager at least, probably 2, maybe even 3. The tomahawks coming in behind. That could be pretty interesting for sure. I am going to screen share this, and whenever Zeke gets around, he is going to be able to co-cast with me. We are not going to have him in this series because it's already laggy. I do not want to add to the lag at all. And it looks like a really, really good aggression coming out from Riotcoke here, doing a lot to these villagers. We can look at the units lost and see how many villagers have gone down already. It is 3 villagers, and 3 villagers is a lot. There's a big army also. He hits Age 3. What is he going to do with it? 4 Hussar come out, and more villagers going to go down, it looks like. Rough start already for Jackgaming. And yeah, I don't know what he's going to do at this point. He's got lots of tomahawk out, Kanya horsemen. The Hussar are doing really well. He's going to need to do something really, really well. Jack's going to need something spectacular. Perhaps the Spahi. I didn't see how much food he had before he shipped a card, but he calls it. GG. All right, GG. Riotcoke takes game number 1. And we are going to get into game number 2 in a little bit. We are going to look at some of the combat stats. It's pretty straightforward what happened this game. No military production building out from Jackgaming. Just went for an FF. Probably would have been a revolt. He might have done something in Age 3 though. Looking at everything, you can see villager population even in advantage to Riotcoke there. Well played from them, and we are going to get into game number 2 in just a bit. Going to confirm that Zeke is available. And here we go. All right, I'm going to grab some water really quick. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Zeke, and if I don't know if you're watching that live, but you can provide any input you'd like. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I am back.
Hey, Joey. Yeah, pretty nice. Yeah, co-cast with you again.
Yeah, I always enjoy it. Co-casting is always fun.
Yeah.
We have game number 2. Let me confirm which team is, or who picks first. Riotcoke.
Right.
Riotcoke.
The map is.
And the map
there
is Fraser River.
Yep. Right. Good. Pretty nice.
Is Fraser River spelled with a I or not? It's not. Okay. Jackgaming spelled it with an I, and really second guessed myself there.
Yeah, a little bit of typo, I guess.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. I wonder if so every single map in the ESOC and on RE is based on a real life location, and and so I wonder if I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled correctly. I would be very surprised if there was a typo on the ESOC map names.
Do you know where is it? The Fraser River?
Fraser River is in Canada, I believe. Let me.
Oh, Canada. Okay.
Yeah, it's in British Columbia.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it's a pretty nice map. I like it.
All right, so we have Germany versus Aztec. This is interesting. I like the choice of Aztec into Germany.
Recorded game, by the way.
Yeah, let me yeah, I'll let them know that. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, it looks like the Jack has a little bit lag issue, but should be fine, hopefully.
Yeah, it was disappointing how laggy it was last game. Okay, they're saying that they want you in.
Well, I mean, Reut is in Germany, right? So the distance is already a little bit far. So I guess I could just do the screen share.
Yeah. All right. Fraser River. This is honestly probably my favorite map. It's definitely my top 3 map in all of the maps that are possible with ESOC. This map has a lot of different options. You've got
exactly.
You can boom, you can FF, you can rush, and all of them are extremely viable. We have seen all of them do really well in different tournament games, and and the TPs are nice. The hunts mines they're plentiful, but it's very possible to deny your opponent of natural resources if they go for more of a greedy strategy. So I like it. It's one of my more favorite maps. There's lots of different areas. There's lots of different terrain obstacles that can be played around. But yeah,
and also
I like it a lot.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's kind of beautiful.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
What do you think of Tuparo?
Tuparo, from a playing view, I do like it, but It's not as beautiful as this one.
All right. I'm glad you think it's beautiful. Yeah, British Columbia has some really beautiful places. It's already laggy as you can
Oh,
see, so that's the way it
yeah.
was last game. I didn't really want to add to the lag, so I appreciate you screen sharing with this
Yeah,
and
sure.
making
I
it work.
completely understand this.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty laggy.
Yeah. Looking at so Germany versus Aztec. What do you expect here?
Well, it used to be very Germany favor. However, with the Germany nerf and also the Azzy buff, so it's really kind of a little bit playable. Whoa, he's not using his war priest on the fire pit. Okay,
Yeah, that's
it's
really intriguing. And he
interesting.
built the fire pit too.
All right.
Perhaps a little bit of miss micro there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this matchup, so the key things about Germany. Germany has a strong economy early due to
Yeah.
2 settler wagons and 3 settler wagons, usually being the first 2 cards sent. They're the very
Yep.
best, 2 settler wagons being the very best villager shipment in age 1, and 3 settler wagons being the very best villager shipment in age 2. Gets you off to a
Yeah.
really good start. Age 2, though, they don't have a whole lot of really good options. They have Doppelsoldners,
Mm-hmm.
crossbowmen, pike, and Uhlans as the only units they can make. Uh, Expo, pike, not very ideal. It's definitely a
Yep.
possibility. Doppelsoldners,
Well, versus Aztec, like I mean, they don't have the regular musketeer type unit, so I believe Doppelganger would do fine versus like the Coyote, also the Puma Spearman, and the Ulan could also be pretty nice, like countering the mace. So it's still possible to play H2 with the Aztec. Yeah, we could see how
wait, what?
which account.
I have no idea.
Oh, he's not having the deck. Yeah, he so right is not using wow even Team Villager.
All
Oh,
right,
it's a mercenary deck.
interesting.
Pretty much.
All right, so the strength of Germany is they're not very strong in Age 2. The Ulan are decent units. You can get a good mass of them, but they
Hmm.
have very low HP. They're kind of like a glass cannon type of unit. Very high attack and very low
Yeah.
HP. So they do well in some situations, such as raiding, but
Hmm.
they're not very good in others. Uh, Germany
Yeah.
in Age 3 kind of comes into their own. They have good units. War wagon skirmishers are good units. Their
Yep.
economy is pretty decent going there. Yeah, Germany's really good. As you were saying, the mercenaries can be really really nice too. Looking at
Yeah.
Aztecs on the other hand, they have a few options. They're okay at booming.
Hmm. Yep.
Arguably, well, I'd say they're arguably better than Germany. They're definitely comparable. I would probably still
Hmm.
prefer Germany, but Aztec aren't horrible at booming. What they are really good at is rushing. So age
Yep.
2, I definitely give the military advantage over to Aztecs, but age 3 on
Hmm.
is when Germany kind of can come into their own with a good military unit options.
Yeah, and Aztec is wait, he's fast age, is he? Probably slow age. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I think it's a slow. Just let me go
Yep.
to the text being
Yeah.
researched and click on it. The
Yep.
shaman.
War Hearts.
Yeah,
Two War Hearts,
so
pretty solid.
one really common build order recently. Look at all those dead elks. I should not be one to criticize. I definitely that's something I need to work on myself. But as a caster, it's a little bit okay too. But yeah, 2 warheads. One really common build order is to go for 3 bills, 700 wood, and then either 600 wood or more military shipments, and you age up with
Yeah.
2 warheads, providing a lot of pressure early, building units constantly out of them, and that can be really really good versus Germany. We'll see if
Oh,
that's what he
look.
goes with or not.
Yeah, look at the explorer from Germany. He's already waiting for those War Heart Travel.
Yeah.
So probably could even let me check the age up time. Okay, not possible to calling the kill them with the Ulan, but it's possible to maybe with the Miniman. I'm not sure
Um,
if he's going to do that.
I think it's just scouting and seeing what the opponent's doing.
Yeah,
One
and maybe delay a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really important when playing any game of Age of Empires to know what your opponent's doing. Good scouting
Yeah,
is
exactly.
really, really nice, and so Riotcoke knows what the opponent's up to now. Two war huts. The only reason why you would really age up with two war huts is early aggression. Otherwise, you just like age up fast pretty much, and get a little bit more of an economic advantage. But yeah, it
Mhm.
is two war huts.
Oh, saloon?
Saloon. We'll see what's in it. The only That's an interesting timing to
Football?
build a saloon. The saloon does not become effective until age 3. Um, oh, there we go. It
Yeah, you do have the this font. It's pretty sad for German player.
Yeah, ninjas are available in age 3. Mamelukes in age 4.
Yeah.
They have high siege, and they can turn invisible, but
Yep.
that's about it. They're not terrible. They're not a terrible unit, but they're not an ideal mercenary unit. Uh,
Exactly.
so he builds the saloon. He's going to decide his game plan from then on. He sent 2 settler wagons
Oh,
into 3
yeah,
settler
he did
wagons.
send the postcard, the whatever placement, I believe. Yeah, just give additional 20 pop space to your already house. So
Right.
it's usually for making outlaw. I'm not sure the renegadas.
Yeah.
They're pretty strong versus any heavy infantry. Yep, it's the Puma.
Yeah, we can look at it. It is 40 range attack, 2 times
Yeah,
multiplier versus heavy infantry, 110 HP though. If you compare it to a Thuggy that we saw, we've seen, some of you have seen before, Thuggies have a lot more HP, comparable
yeah.
attack, comparable everything else. But
Well, Funky is like 150 coin, I believe, and the Renegado is only 80 coin. So definitely much cheaper.
yeah, definitely a lot cheaper. I kind of like the choice though. I think he was considering going to age 3, uh, and building mercenaries
Yep.
out of there, but he decides not to,
Oh.
and that's a good choice. And ninjas are not ideal. Um,
Exactly.
I do like.
Ninja, let me see. Versus Aztec, I'm not super sure. Maybe not a good idea.
Yeah, I like that he popped out some pistoleros. Minutemen coming out
Yeah.
too. This is a really big fight. The Puma in on sieging and nothing else to
Yeah.
deal with the army from Riotcoke. Sends the Minutemen in order to clean it up even better. It looks like no villagers are going to go down in this. I'm go to Unislas to confirm that. And yeah, it's
Oh, such a good fight for Germany.
Jackgaming lost a villager? How?
Probably the rating
Deleting, you said?
with Ulan.
Oh,
Yeah, Ulan is rating, I believe.
what, Ulan, we're waiting? Okay. I
Yeah, but for Germany, it's expected, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely expected. But yeah, so really good hold from Right Coke. We see he
Yep.
has an advantage in score, advantage in economy, advantage militarily. Of course, that military unit population is going to be severely inflated due to these pistoleros
Yeah,
taking 5 population and basically being the equivalent of 1 population. So the
yeah,
military unit
103.
population is going to be extremely inflated. Looking around the map, though, it's a decent amount of units out from Jack. His
Yeah,
economy is much farther behind, though. He sent 3
yeah,
vels,
sure.
700 wood. He has no market ups. On the other hand, the
Um,
settlers out from the villagers out from Right Coke has the hunting dogs and then also amalgamation. Uh,
yeah, amalgamation. Probably even planning to making. I mean, Ninja. I believe you could arguably age to industrial and get Mamelukes and even heavy cannons. Maybe a good idea versus age to Aztec, but yeah, it's pretty much risky. Cause the Puma will like just get wreck your town center even before the age up.
Yeah, Mamelukes are a good unit, definitely. Uh, but you need a unit to complement them, especially versus Aztec. Aztecs have some of the best anti-cav units in the game. So
Yeah,
Mamelukes, they have high HP, low attack,
Mhm.
low-ish attack for the cost at least,
Yeah, of
and
course.
high range resist. But versus melee units, anti-cav units, they're not going to hold up very well.
However, look at this macro. It looks like a industrial play for me.
Yeah, it could be 1,000 coins shipped in Age 3. I agree. It does look like a fast industrial. Let's look at his deck real quick. He does have 2 heavy cannons.
Yep.
He could also ship some mercenaries. Jaegers along with the Mamelukes would be really nice. You could
Mhm.
also have heavy cannons and black riders. Lots of different
Or
options
even
available.
tactile is maybe yeah, you still want the improved mercenary for your even Mamluks. Like, oh yeah, he's making an engine.
Yeah, one thing that's
Um,
really important to note, he doesn't have any of his upgrade cards or upgrade cards that upgrade his military. The only one he has is improved mercenaries. He doesn't have the H3 Cav combat. He doesn't have
mhm.
the H2 team cavalry hand and ranged
After that,
attack.
yeah, he could have that to buff his Mamluks. I do that for my mercenary deck. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he does have ninjas out. Ninjas, we'll
Yep.
take a look at them real quick. They are a heavy infantry type unit, and
Yeah.
they have 20 attack, very good
Hmm.
multipliers versus mercenaries themselves and heroes. 60 siege, 400 HP.
And basically that's all.
Yeah, yeah. They're they have really good siege. They're an okay unit, but for their cost, you'd like to see higher stats on them for sure.
And Riot's trying to wall him, but as I coming from a different angle.
Yeah, the saloon going down. Nice
Yeah.
pickoff from Jackgaming. Taking the saloon
Yeah.
down is going to prohibit him from getting... Let's look at units in queue real quick, if I can catch it. It looks like no units were in queue at the time. Riotcoke is going to age 4. The ninjas, one thing that is nice
Will
about
get
them is they're
melted
pretty
by the
fast.
maze also.
Yeah. Looks pretty good from Riotcoke. One possibility I just realized, something I
Mhm.
don't expect, but would be interesting, is a revolt from Germany. They get the option for 6 Imperial howitzers.
Yeah, it's not really useful against this army.
Yeah, I agree. Howitzers are not. It's not ideal, but
Oh, he
right.
canceled the creature. Did he?
Yeah, he did cancel the age up, and he does not have a saloon. So what?
What could he do?
I think he canceled the age up because he wants to get Jaegers out. I bet you that's what it is. Shipping Jaegers to
Yeah,
the outpost would be a nice
true.
touch here. It is. It's looking actually pretty good for Jackgaming. He is far
Yeah,
behind economically, but militarily he is definitely ahead, far ahead right now. And the
mm-hmm.
TC from Riotcoke is going to go down pretty soon. Barracks coming out from Riotcoke also. That's a nice touch here. It is nice that he has been able to gather basically all of the mine out of his base, all of the coin out of his base.
Out right now.
Yeah.
He did sneak some veil into the coin mine in the corner,
Yeah.
but uh,
Yeah,
it's great not
that's
for
basically
him.
10 villagers on it. I believe that's
Jaeger.
5 settler wagons there. So
Yep.
he's not out of this now. He does ship the Jaegers indeed. He's going to be able to
Yeah.
push this back. But I like that choice.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I don't know if staying with H4 would have been best, but
No priority for Aztec right now, so those Jaeger are basically like unbeatable for Aztec.
yeah, definitely 16 range on the mace and 20 range on the Jaeger, along with having
Yeah.
really good range resist, really good
Mm-hmm.
multipliers versus the Puma, makes them an excellent unit versus this army
Yeah.
that Aztec has. Looking at Aztec, it doesn't look like he's going to be aging anytime soon. He does
Not
have
at
a lot
all.
of villagers on wood, some on food, and looking good from him. This is a really close match, actually. That's a lot of Puma out. Dang.
Yeah, that's insane. It's like 20. Yeah, 23 actually.
23 Puma, 28 Mace, and funny enough, the Jaegers are able to push it back. They are such a good unit. We do see a
Of course.
TC going back up for Germany. I'm curious if he's going to try aging up with this, or he's going to stay H3 for a while. He does have the barracks out building skirmishers.
Yeah, the problem with Germany is now he didn't he lose the trading post early on, so he don't have enough shipment. Those powerful, like whether it's like mercenary or the regular unit shipment, like the yeah he if he could get like let me see maybe even Hackpel would be very fine here.
He's gathering a decent amount of wood. I wonder if that's for another house or what. He is spending down his coin,
Mm-hmm.
so definitely building skirmishers, going second barracks even. Skirmishers and DOPS could be pretty nice. Opponent does not have.
True. Yeah, player looks like have some like lag issue. Is it?
Yeah, it's probably just a distance issue. Um,
Yeah,
skirmishers
agreed.
and DOPS would actually be really, really nice versus Aztec.
As like
Aztec
yeah, exactly.
Aztec does not have cannons. If they go into H3, they would have access to Eagle Runner Knights, but Eagle Runner Knights are not gonna work versus skirmishers. Um,
They're basically dragoons.
yeah, basically dragoons. And then mace are a weaker form of skirmishers, so it could be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
wow, the Puma gets caught
Yeah,
and the
decent amount of
rider.
Puma coming down. Mace coming forward to support them. If the fire pit was on
Mhm.
combat dance and he had a bunch of villagers on it, he might have a chance at cleaning up this fight. But it's pretty rough with
Wow.
all the skirmishers and Jaegers there. I don't think Jack is going to be winning this fight. Black Rider
Yeah.
sent also. I really like that shipment. Just shores up his weakness against Coyote runners. But
Yeah, they can melt every like even like 20 coyote will just melt against those black rider.
yeah. Black Raiders have amazing stats, 520 HP, 40 attack, and and 12 range. As soon as the mercenary card is sent for Germany, these Black Riders actually have better stats than most goons in Imperial Age. They don't have
Yeah,
as much range, obviously, but attack and HP wise, very, very good units.
mercenary are basically the like industrial unit or even imperial unit, and with the upgrade card for the improved mercenary, oh, not wasting. Yeah, they are just basically insane unit. The only like the weakness is that like they are kind of cost a lot of coin, and and you can only make one saloon.
Yeah, that's true. They also do not get any upgrades outside of cards, so they don't get any shadow upgrades aging to through the ages.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of a timing push with them. But
For this
H3
unit,
they can be very very strong.
yeah, exactly. Look how fast those mates are done. Like
Yeah, they're
right
dying
only
super super
even
fast.
like hiding, he's just like shooting there and just doing the job.
Yeah.
Basically over.
Yep. Definitely a shame. Looks like Riotcoke is going to be taking game number 2 off of
Hmm.
Jackgaming, though. This is, I think, is pretty well played from Jackgaming. He definitely
Yep.
forced Riotcoke to change his game plan. But I mean, Jackgaming is much lower PR than Riotcoke, so
Yeah.
I can respect the effort from him, and forcing Riotcoke to change up his game plan is pretty nice.
Yeah, he tried pretty hard, but maybe need add a little bit coyote a little bit early on so he could deal with those Jaeger. Could be even his game.
Yeah, if he had some coyotes with his pumas and mace, he might have been able to take the fight as soon as or even before the Jaegers were popped. But
Yeah.
yeah, well played from him. We see how much of a difference that was economically. Almost
Yeah.
double the eco from Riotcoke. Really well played there. You see villager population. You see how effective Germany is in that.
Oh, he's not even making those. Like
Yeah, jackhaming did not make fields a lot. You do have to put pressure early, and you see your opponent hit age 3. Your timing window it can be fairly small to do a lot. But yeah, well
oh,
played from
Daka.
Riotcoke and Jackgaming. Riotcoke takes game number 2, and we'll get on to game number 3 shortly.
Yeah. So next map would be Dhaka. It's a pretty interesting map.
Yeah, Dhaka, it's a very interesting map. Lots of different aspects to it.
Hmm.
There's a sea element, there's terrain obstacles that allow for walling, and also not walling at the same time with a trade route growing through one of the crossings.
Hmm.
And then you also have lots of berry bushes with Bhakti
Yeah,
Trade Post that allows you to have 40% faster gather rate on berry bushes. Additionally, there's the
Firebush.
trade posts themselves. Um, yeah, yeah. Looking good from him. I'm excited to see
Mhm.
what is going to happen on this map. We saw
Yeah,
that Riotcoke was going to try to do some fun Age 4 mercenary stuff, and
Oh, right. He's changing the account. Maybe that one is not his main, most usually account. But
yeah, I'm not quite sure. That's fine.
oh, okay. He's still like hosting the game. Jack maybe is like communicating with the teammates or just taking a short break.
Yeah, he could be discussing with his teammates to trying to
Yeah,
figure out what he should do. Um, yeah, yeah, Dhaka, good map. Very unusual map. Some players hate it, some players love it. It's definitely favors players that prepare for it though.
yeah, that's true. It's pretty nice map for auto. I've heard like Jack is like good for auto. Oh, port.
Yep.
Huh.
All right, so ports on Dhaka. I This is pretty common.
Yep.
There is some options that Riotcoke has into it though. Dhaka is or ports on Dhaka. You The extra TCs afford a whole lot
Oh,
of map
China.
control. China, nice. So a probable FF from both players. Um,
Yeah.
there is the option
So,
for other things to happen, but perhaps an ATP FF from ports would be really
mhm.
strong. We do see the lagging coming out from Jackgaming.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But yeah, the extra TCs afford a lot more map control than most maps for
Yeah.
Portuguese. They're able to put
Especially
them.
for the pond.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Having a TC on the pond or the lake in the middle of the map will allow you to control that completely. You're able to ship a warship there, and then
Yeah.
you control the whole center of the map. You additionally can put them on the southern sea. Portuguese can water boom, of course. They also have a really
Mhm.
strong FF. They have a lot of options here.
Yeah. Usually, China Fast Fortress is considered as a counter to the port Fast Fortress. And however, with the presence of sea in this specific map, so it's kind of interesting. Like port can either go advanced trading post or the schooner, maybe even both.
Yeah, both is a possibility. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry about that. Um, yeah, both is a possibility, but I expect it to be one or the other. On this map, several players argue that the berry bushes from Bhakti are even more valuable than going C. It's definitely very close. Both are very, very valuable. If you control both, you can in some ways, kind of out completely win the game. But it can be really fun seeing both players go for opposite strategies on that and see what they go with.
Yeah. And it looks like it's a wood start, so like China can go in for the trading post. Pretty nice for him.
Yeah, very nice start for China. Getting the trade post, he also got 40 wood, which helps him even
Yeah,
more. So a wood start gets 40 wood. He only has to chop 50 wood to get that
yeah,
trade post out.
that's very nice for him. and he did drop the trading post near the pound, so it's a little bit suspicious to the, I mean, worship the two caravel, but as you know, China did has the powerful food shipment in this. Never mind.
Yeah, it is
uh,
worth noting 7 hand mortars. Hand mortars are
yeah,
available in Age 3 and are exceptional versus ships and, of course,
yeah,
buildings. So it's an option to try to combat water with that. We'll see if he does that. Looking at Jackgaming's deck, he has not picked it
yes,
deck yet.
yeah. He's saving the shipment for H. Oh wow, that's a pretty much water deck.
Yep. No ATP, lots of water. The only military shipments he has is 2 organ guns,
Working on
2 heavy cannon, two
heavy cannon.
caravels, and 1 frigate. Oh, he also has Portuguese White Fleet. I don't believe I have ever in my whole life seen this card in a Portuguese deck. Um, yeah,
It's yeah. Let me check. If you have 4 dock and you send this shipment, you can get 16 fishing boat. But you probably would already has like used up all the fish, so it's
yeah.
really
Theoretically, you could like have your like fast industrial, have your teammate if it's in a team game, send something like Team Cheap Dock and get a bunch out. But it's not. It's a one-time shipment. It's not a card
yeah,
that I especially with having schooners in deck. If he builds a bunch of
yeah,
fishing boats first, it's not expected by any means.
for sure. Oh, and Roy is sending that trickle one, the
Yeah,
steam
we
petrol.
see no villager shipments out from
Yeah.
Riotcoke. To be honest, sumptuary laws is somewhat okay though. It is basically zero point 0.3 to wood, zero point 0.3 to coin, zero point 0.3 to
Mm-hmm.
food, and then 0.15 to export and XP. So it's worth about 2 villagers.
Well,
Um,
yep.
so it's okay. It doesn't scale as well as villagers. Villagers getting improvements from the market makes
Market.
them even stronger. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's okay. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, he sends good faith agreement second. Is this? I
Yeah,
think this is a
probably.
consulate FF kind of strategy.
Yeah, I like the advanced wonder rather than the this trickle one. If
Advanced
you are
Wonder.
going to fast industrial.
Yeah, if you're going fast industrial, it can be nice. It definitely makes the age up time a lot less. Looking at Portuguese, he's almost hitting age 2 right now. China
Hmm.
aging to 2 with no villagers on the Wonder. This is interesting. Definitely unique build order out from both players.
Yeah. And port is doing pretty standard. There are like Portuguese, like the schooner and the town center near the coastline. And looks like only 1 dog at this moment. Could wait for the 400 wood, and which is not being picked. And even wait for the 700 wood are both okay.
Yeah, he's chopping a lot of wood, which means that he intends to stay age 2 for a while. If you are going to
Absolutely.
age up, you can use your wood shipments. Advanced dock. Oh, that hurts to see.
Well, I believe on the ESOC patch, it's no longer affect the fishing boat like make building rates.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it doesn't affect how fast the fishing boats come out. Schooners does
mhm.
now,
Yep.
but advanced
Mhm.
dock does not. So that's pretty rough. I don't know what to say. Uh,
It's sad.
Theoretically, it's going to help defend some, but your opponent not even having warships in deck is not
Yeah,
something
that's
you'd be
the point.
expecting.
Well, okay. Yeah, it's another new build, I would say.
Yeah, a new build. Yeah, see if it can pay off. He will have a lot of C. Like if you look at economy, despite being Portuguese and not having a huge,
Villager equipment, but
yeah, you don't start with extra villagers, or you start with one extra. You start off with 7
mhm.
villagers, but you don't
Yeah.
get villager shipments. So
Yeah.
already at a decent lead economically. So we'll see
Hmm.
if it pays off. He's going to need to have military units out before Riotcoke demolishes him, though. He's going to need to have enough of a
Yeah.
military presence to defend.
And I would prefer to walling the choke, like help a lot versus like the pressure from China.
Yeah, one thing that is worth noting is that Jackgaming does have Colonial Militia.
Yep.
Colonial Militia is a card that will enable TCs close together to do a lot to the opponents. But
Yeah.
we'll see what they do
True.
with it. It would also be nice, perhaps, to have some warships here and here. Then you kind of control this whole crossing. It'd be more effective
Yeah.
than even just a wall.
Exactly. Wow. Eco theory.
Eco Theory third. So this is interesting. Eco
Yeah.
Theory
It is.
does affect your wood gathering. It also does affect your fishing boats. So
Yeah.
I perhaps would have rather seen something like 700 wood,
Yeah.
or
Or the
rendering
rendering
plant
plant.
is a possibility. But it does. I don't know. I mean, could be worse cards. Like
It's fair. I would like he send it instead of the advanced dock and then
yeah,
going rendering plants. That's pretty nice build, I would say. But well, it's still fine for now.
it's not perhaps ideal, but it is boosting a lot of his economy at least. You see the economy difference,
Yeah.
39 to 22 currently. Jackgaming is going to have a possibility to do something. We see
Uh-huh.
Village, Consulate, and Wonder coming up. So
This is
right,
power, right?
Riotcoke, yeah, it's the porcelain,
Personally
or
power.
I don't know. They're about the same size. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me go to text being researched. Am I able to see it there?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Porcelain Tower. All right, so Porcelain Tower, Consulate Village, going up. So I'm guessing he's going to
What
use
the
the.
ally?
I'm guessing he's going to use the consulate to get with all the export he has to. Oh, he's going Russia. Okay,
He
so he's going
could
to go
get
fort.
the factory.
He could get a factory in H4, but can also get a fort. I was expecting France
Yeah,
for
true.
the 1500 resource crates, but he's going to go with
Mhm.
Russia. The Russia can get Blockhouse in H2, and can
Yeah.
also get the fort wagon in H3. This is going to be interesting. Still only one TP on this map. Usually you see a lot more TPs taken by this time.
Yeah. China is not a big fan of taking trading posts, but Port did can like with the advanced trading post, and the Steppe will do some small raid.
Yeah, some small raids, and we see Jackgaming does not have a single military building out yet.
Definitely.
So he's going to be able to scout that out and see how he follows this up. I'm really curious
Mhm.
what shipments Riotcoke is going to send. It's been somewhat of an unusual build so far. Uh,
1,000 coin, I would assume.
let's look at his deck real quick. He does have 1,000 coin. He doesn't have hardly any villagers on coin, mostly on food, so it could be a fast industrial from here. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, of course, for sure. Let's see. I would like does Port even have a market? Should be very good here.
Yeah, Port's market would be really nice. He has quite a few villagers. We'll go to economic units so we can see how many he has. 26. We see China is on 30. I'm sorry. China's on
Yeah,
26. Ports is on
mhm.
30 and 27 fishing boats. So very strong
Yeah.
economy out from him so far. We'll see if Riotcoke can punish it really soon here. Still no military buildings out from
A
him.
fort is being chubby near the
Yeah.
at the
Uh,
side of it, right?
That's a good play though. You want to put it close to your villagers so they can pick it up easily. He does not have enough food quite to age, so still waiting on that. Good raids
Mhm.
coming in here from Riotcoke. We see Jackgaming.
UX.
Yeah, taking down the TC wagon would have been nice. The Step Riders are going to do a lot of damage while it's aging up.
Need the minimum right now. Oh, yeah, Step Rider did have a lot of siege. It's 30 or
Yeah,
20.
it's looking like it's still not enough to take it down, but a lot of the HP is going to be off once it
Yeah,
hits
definitely.
finishes. We see the fort out from Riotcoke. That's nice
Yeah.
play. He sent a blockhouse from the Russian consulate and then a fort.
Yep.
So it's nice from him. He's going to be able to train banner armies out of there. It's also going to
Yeah.
control the lake very well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the TC. Ah, that's so painful to see.
Yeah, it's more HP than I would have expected, though. The Age 2 Step Riders with no upgrades, not doing a whole lot. 25 Siege is decent for such a cheap unit, but it would have been nice to have it more, for sure.
China is aging to industrial, so looks like the same for port. Wow, that's a pretty much interesting build. Even like a treaty or something.
Yeah, I like the goons coming out. You're going to
Yep.
need some cannons or something along those lines, though, to deal with the expected infantry mass from China.
Yeah,
Or
China
just...
probably age with the Skirmonder, the Confucian Academy, so it will have a lot of skirmisher.
Yeah, a little bit of missed micro from Riotcoke. The Meteor Hammer's being cleaned up there, and he ages to 4 with the Arquebus. Really nicely done there. He's going to be able to pick off the goons really easily with that. The Disciple coming in, taking damage itself. Second stable going up. Economic advantage over to Jackgaming. Military advantage 23 to 6. 20, okay, pop of goons. But he needs something to deal with those Arquebus for sure.
Minimum would do fine.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can pop a few. Wow, look at that monk tank 1,000 of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need some Minutemen out. Taking a look real quick. Thanks, Spank you, for the gifted sub to Max Magus. Appreciate you a lot.
Thanks. Yeah, Spanky is a big donor at all, so he really helped our community. Yeah.
Yeah, we see 2 Flying Crows coming out now for China, and that's going to do a whole lot in helping out his push. Let's look at Riotcoke's deck. Oh, Factory comes out. Okay.
Alright.
We'll look at the deck real quick. He does have some good options in Age 4. Meteor Hammers, the ever victorious army, and also yeah, definitely. 17 Arquebus, very nice too.
Not having the sword is a little bit problem.
Yeah.
He basically has no anti-cav.
Yeah, perhaps he's not expecting any aggression out from, or any cav out from ports. Although against a really good player, that would be something that would be a possibility.
Yeah. Like 10 Colonial Hussar can clean all of those.
Yeah, definitely. Oh dang!
Oh, it is. There we go. The ever victory army.
I wasn't aware it was 8 iron flails. That's actually pretty decent. It costs 2k food, but yeah, I always paid attention to the Flying Crows. He has 5 Flying Crows out now. As long as he is able to deal with the potential cav coming out from Jackgaming, he should be really solid.
This is a monster of sieging. Like, we'll basically siege down a town center in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, you do 285 times 2. That is, quick math, 570 damage versus buildings. That is a lot. Organs coming out, I like that choice, but the Flying Crows are going to clean those up.
Flying Crow is not our organ.
Yep.
One shot and easy kill. Even one shot the Falcon Knight, actually.
Yeah. Really nicely, the Flying Crows would definitely clean up those organs. Jackgaming still age 3. Let's look at his options. Not a whole lot of shipments he could send that would help out at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
I suppose the best thing he could possibly send is either 1k coin. A frigate might do a little bit, but that's a lot of villagers.
Well, also do pretty well versus frigate, so...
that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much the game.
Yeah, probably. Riotcoke just having fun doing some unique strategies, and Jackgaming, despite having such a strong lead early economically, is behind economically now. So
Yeah, Factory do has like 10 pop in the UI, so it's pretty strong.
yeah, yeah, the 10 pop in the UI is really nice. He also has
Mhm. And yeah,
the
and cannon.
H2 3 with the porcelain tower, so that's an additional 8
Yeah.
from that.
Hmm. True. And yeah, Flying Crow tear down those buildings like just 1 or 2 shots, and the building is done.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think Jackgaming has a whole lot of options left. You see 273 score to 103.
Yeah.
Right, Coke. So, if anyone's
Yeah.
curious, I casted the Sampu for Justice game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll let you guys watch that if you're interested. But basically, Riotcoke is suggesting that Jackgaming may want to resign here. So,
Hmm. Probably.
actually, a little, I think.
Okay.
Heavy cannon out with his flying crows too. This is
Yeah.
definitely an unkillable army from Jackgaming.
Yeah, that's basically. I can't imagine how Port can win in this. And another 2 Flying Crow.
Yeah, that's a crazy military mass. We see the overall population from Riotcoke is 186 out of 200, and Jackgaming being housed out 80 out of 80. He's getting a
Yeah,
few units
that's,
out, but he doesn't have an answer for the artillery.
yeah, he doesn't have answer to most army.
Yeah, fair enough. Castor and Goons are a good unit composition, but
Hmm.
he's so far behind militarily. I don't think he really has a chance, to be honest.
Yep,
His
true.
his explorer's even down, has been down for a little while, and 2 more flying crows sent.
Wow. Yeah, actually, uh, China do has some like card shipment to buff their like artillery. The siege combat, the Western reform, though none of it are present here.
Yeah, I think I perhaps technically, if we're gonna nitpick, would have rather seen the meteor hammers, but it's fine.
Uh,
It doesn't really matter what he does at this point.
hmm.
All right, we'll take a look at some of the combat stats for you guys. That is a landslide advantage over to Riotcoke for the combat XP. Take a look at
Yeah.
the resources gathered. That was actually pretty close. Riotcoke never falling behind actually, except
Yeah,
right
he
here maybe.
must have. He had the tower, and he also has the, uh, I guess the market. And one thing to be mentioned is that like China do has those wonder, like the summer palace will continue to give you free units. It's
Yeah.
not in the resource, but it's free units. And also the porcelain tower, the flying crow from the Confucian Academy. So basically, it's a lot of. If you have the same eco as China, you're basically behind.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Looking at that, we can look at the villager population for you guys. You
Well,
can see Jackgaming actually had a big advantage at one point,
sure.
but yeah, military advantage. That tells the whole story right
Look
there.
at that. That's pretty much the game. How the
Basically,
game
no
goes.
units being made pretty much by either player until 11 minutes.
Yeah, non-rush 10.
And absolutely no war academies out from Riotcoke either.
Not at all. Yeah, he has the H3 accuracy, I believe.
Yeah, H3 Arquebus and the
Yeah, it is.
Disciplined Iron Flails. Yeah,
Shadow tag from the Flying Crow.
yeah,
So yeah,
Flying Crows get shadow teched. That's true. That concludes game number 3. We are going to give that over to Riot Coke, and we'll get into game number 4 shortly.
yeah. Um, all right, it's an interesting series. Let's see how it will go.
Yeah, game number 4 is Kamchatka Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Riot Coke to pick first.
Yeah. So Kamchatka, a pretty standard map. It's um, basically the earliest ESOC map, I believe. At least one of the. and trading posts, and it's the summer variant, so you will have you will not have those ice in the middle. There were a little bit of pond. You can build a dock there, and yeah, and you have the goats and the trading posts across the middle.
Yeah,
Pretty.
it's a pretty unique map, or fairly unique. It allows for a lot of different options. FFs are very common, but
Yeah,
we could see something else, of course.
sure. Okay, Dutch versus Japan.
That is
It's
interesting. I think I give the
yeah.
advantage over to Japan,
Oh,
over to
we have
Dutch
the
here.
summer actually.
Oh, cancel, cancel. Is it
Oh,
gonna
I'm
cancel in
fine.
time? I don't know, probably not.
Close. Yeah, that's we have the summer variant.
I did tell him Kamchatka Summer, but yeah.
Yeah, it's usually not being.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
them if it is ice. It is not, so we're
Okay.
fine.
Well, we are like
All right, so Kamchatka Summer, Dutch
yeah.
versus Japan.
Hmm.
Dutch, I give the advantage over to Dutch because they have very good skirmishers, which is going to deal pretty well versus the Ashi and Yumi that are possible from Japan. Additionally, you have the eco advantage is actually very, very similar. Dutch economy
Yeah.
is amazing. On EP, you are able to build 5 banks without sending any additional cards. You get five
Yeah.
bank possible. It's possible to build 5 right at the start. Yeah, I really like this out from Riotcoke. We'll see what he does with it though. It's gonna be interesting.
To be honest, this is a pretty nice Japan map. You have the livestock, the gold, and a lot of wood treasure, and map is pretty big. You can shrine everywhere,
That's
and
true.
it's a wood art, so Japan would be happy. He did has a consulate and probably the standard Kami build.
Yeah, for sure. It's there's a different options, but I do expect the consulate with
Mhm.
Heavenly Kami build. Yeah.
True. You could go like the Spain consulate or Dutch, maybe for a fast fortress. It's possible, but I guess maybe not here.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see what happens here though.
Yeah, let's see.
When I do NR10.
Rush 10. If
Well,
it's an Rush 10, I would probably favor Japan. Oh,
uh,
actually, we can't shrine it if it's a not 10.
well, it's not actually NR10 because
Yeah,
he can't shine.
I know.
But I that's what I kind of expected from these team players already. Obviously, you have options to do other things. Dutch is pretty good rush civ actually, but you don't get banks out if you rush, or not very many at least. Um, but yeah, you're versus Japan. You expect lots of shrines to go up. You scout them, make sure that he is indeed doing that, and then you just build a bunch of banks yourself. You can get the banks up super easily.
Yes, and Japan's still chopping. Hmm. Will he? Is he has a wood treasure or something? Maybe for another shrine? Hmm,
Uh,
not really.
no, I don't see anywhere. Does have this pet that he picked up just
Yeah.
now. Let's look around the map. There is
Oh,
85 wood
right.
that's going to be
Wood,
picked up here.
wood treasure, actually.
Yeah, that'll be really, really nice. We see Riot
Mm-hmm.
Coke has 40 wood currently. A little bit more that he can pick up, 100 more that he could pick up right there.
Yep.
Taking this, that would make it 225 wood. Really
Yeah.
good start to his first bank that he's going to put up.
Yeah, he will definitely be able to get the villager as soon as he age up. So it would be nice for Dutch.
Yeah, one possibility. I don't expect it at this point, but if he was able to get that earlier, he could have also used the wood to build a trade post, which would have also been
True.
nice.
Yeah, I do see like game with Dutch going training posts and sending both the civil and the colonial militia versus the India sepoy rush, consulate rush. It's pretty old game, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a nice one.
We'll take a look at the decks real quick for you guys. We see the deck out from Japan. He did indeed send 2 villagers first. If he
Oh.
follows that up with Heavenly Kami, that might be nice. You don't actually build a whole lot of shrines while you're gathering food, aging to 2. So we'll see how that works. Looking at the rest of it, he does have Daimyo, Intervention, the Naginata. I actually like the Naginata cards in Age 3 quite a bit. Has all of his
Sure.
villager shipments. Pretty
Pretty
decent deck
standard.
from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at the Dutch deck,
Wow.
um,
That's pretty much a fast industrial deck.
it could be a Fast Industrial. You're right. This is not a card you see every day.
Wow.
I expect 5 banks out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You could also do a semi-FF of some kind.
Yep.
But yeah,
Few pikes.
first
Yeah,
bank
that's
coming
cool.
out now. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna hit Age 2 in just a bit, and we'll see what he does for a card order. That could be interesting.
Probably 700 wood. Yeah, you won't expect a lot of pressure from Japan,
Yeah.
though they can actually.
Yeah, definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading Twitch chat real quick for you guys, and
Oh.
Harrison's suggesting, or Harrison saying I should do a best of 7 versus Harrison. We might do that. I don't expect to win by any means, but I don't know. We
I
can do that at
think
some
it's
point.
kind of close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's somewhat
could be a
close.
good one.
I'm a little bit higher rated, and I have different strengths than him, but I am not a 1v1 player by any means.
Yeah, that's the point.
I have a lot of knowledge, which actually helps the casting a lot. I mean, obviously, I'm not playing the game. I'm not doing micro. I'm not doing macro. I can comment on it,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But yeah. So looking around, this looks pretty good from both players. Looking at the economy, we see it's neck and neck. Although 25 versus 21, right as that bank goes up, we see that the banks count for 4 villagers,
Yo.
basically there, which is correct. It's about 4 villagers. Very
Mm-hmm.
nice from him. We'll see what the players do, though. We can take a look at the resources and pay attention to that. Japan is not shrine booming.
Yeah. Do you have any idea? That's a little bit strange to me. Maybe a fast fortress.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. A fast fortress of some kind, and maybe pumping out a bunch of units then. They agreed to it in our 10, so like there's 4 more minutes until that comes to play. 600
I
wood
don't think
now?
that's pretty standard. First cards, but
It's not
we
standard to
still.
not be gathering any wood with your villagers at all, though, I don't think. I could be wrong, but certainly in a situation where you don't have a military building, I don't know. It's really unique. I'll say that much.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
He does have both of his monks out building shrines in the same spot together. Perhaps not
Mhm.
ideal. It would be good to have them split up. Additionally, yeah, lots of villagers on this cherry orchard. Um, hmm.
And those goats are idle, and the big shrine, the Toshogu shrine, could have more animal, I believe.
Yeah, I could have
Oh,
one more.
almost.
It's pretty full.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
gonna
So it's
nitpick
fine.
that.
Yeah.
He is getting a villagers onto coin now. I think it is going to be a FF kind of situation.
Yeah.
Perhaps could have done slightly better on his build order. We do see that Riotcoke knows exactly what the opponent's up to. Is scouting with the
Yeah.
envoy.
Kind of in the base. Yeah.
Yep. We do see 5 banks out from Riotcoke. He will be aging up pretty soon himself, I think, having a significant economic advantage and still going to be aging up probably sooner
Even
than
faster.
Jackgaming will.
Yeah, exactly. 5 bank fast fortress. It's pretty standard versus Japan. If he goes for Shrine Boon, but he's not even Shrine Boon. So all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we'll see what he's doing. He's also shrining all of the hunts on his side, which is
Mhm.
not ideal. You want to be shrining opponent sides first, and then coming back to your own, where you know they're going to be safe. If you shrine your side and the opponent then has military out, it can be really hard to get shrines out on your opponent's side.
Well, I suppose it's fine because like you're not going the Kami, so your shrine is a little bit more expensive. So like it's hard to rebuild a little bit. So and you are not going aggro or have any units, so better just place your shrine close to your base.
Yeah, it
And
is interesting to note he gathered pretty much all of his food to age up, and then is gathering all of his coin to age up. He did ship 2 vills, 600 wood, 600 wood. So interesting build order out from him. Riotcoke ages
yeah.
up to 3 fast, and we'll see what he does with this. Let's look at his deck real quick.
1,000 wood and industrial.
Yeah, the 10-minute no rush is about to be over. A minute and 15 seconds left. Swiss Pike could be really nice for a surprise on your opponent. Other options is an industrial. Could you technically could revolt if you wanted. I
Yeah.
know I keep on going back to that, but I kind of expect unusual strategies from both of these players. That's what we have seen so far. So I'm just trying to think of what would be unusual, and a revolt would be unusual.
True. You can revolt with Dutch. It's not the best because you don't have native trading posts on this map, but
True.
yeah, you do have the 2-piece and I guess you can still make mercenaries with the bank.
He ships 1,000 coin now.
Hmm.
With having all the banks coming in, we're sending resources in. That's curious.
Well,
Aging to 4 right now.
you usually send 1,000 coin as other civ, but not for Dutch.
Yeah, exactly. 1,000 coin. So maybe he's gonna get the Highland Mercenary Army.
Yeah, that's my guess as well.
Highlander, Swiss Pikeman, Hackapel. He's building a church. Okay, that's nice. All right, so he's going to build a church, and then he's going to be able to get 30 Musketeers Stadthalter from there, and then also 5 basically Stratiots. Too.
Yeah, they are spread. It's just a different name.
Yeah, I forget what they are. The flying or the geese, flying geese or something like. I don't remember exactly.
No, the geese is for the Spanish consulate.
Okay.
Spanish.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that as well.
Yeah, or wild geese is what I was thinking of. But
yeah, that's Hackapel.
Yeah, we'll see what they are. They're basically Stratiots, high damage, low HP, mercenary cav unit.
Well, the Stratiots is kind of decent. They're like similar to Imperial House actually, not low hit point.
Well, true. For a mercenary cav unit, they're decently low hit points, is what I was trying to say, compared to
okay. Yeah, I know you're comparing to those like.
They still have decent HP. You're completely right. Outpost out for explore in the bush.
Oh, the Wargander or something like that. All right, I'm checking the Chinese book. So, all right.
That's funny. All right, so Outpost out, so he's definitely going to use that for military shipments. We'll see what he does with it. He ages up with 1,000 coin also. So he has an insane amount of coin. He already shipped the church card, so he's going to be using that for sure. 2,000 coin.
He has no real on the food.
Yeah, no villagers on food. Sending all mercenaries and from the church and from the cards.
Yeah, shipping.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
2 flaming arrows coming out. Has some Yumi, has some Ashy. Interesting.
Yeah.
2 heavy cannon come out right now. Okay, maybe that's why I didn't remember the name. I can't really pronounce that. Wardgilder? I think it's Wardgilder or something.
All right, maybe we need some like Dutch player to help us with it.
Yeah. Anyways, so they're basically Stratiates though. 585 HP, pretty decent. 56 hand attack, also very decent. I suppose you're right.
Hmm.
They have decent attack and decent HP for sure.
Yeah.
Looking at the rest, I do
Whoa,
expect
Hatamoto Samurai in queue.
Hatamoto Samurai and Cute. That's crazy.
Sadly,
Nice.
only one.
Yeah, we see Jackgaming. He is definitely going to stay age 3 for a little while. He only
Yeah.
has one in queue. He can add more later. He can add a second
Barely.
one, I think.
Can he
How much? I forget how much. I think it's 290.
290? So
Yeah.
it's close. Yeah, he can.
So, two Hatamoto Samurai.
Hmm.
Okay, he does send the higher mercenary army.
Yeah,
Highland
he did.
mercenary army. Higher say that 5 times fast. Higher Highland mercenary army.
Higher. Yeah, double higher.
Yeah. Decent amount of Ashy out. The flaming arrows also have the chance to deal with the heavy cannons. We'll see how he does with the micro. This could prove pretty. He has the ability to
Oh.
deal with this, I think.
Oh yeah, and the Highlander.
It's only heavy infantry out from Riotcoke. Very strong army, 96 to 50.
Look at those Hatamoto Samurai just wreck those Hackapels.
Yeah, that was nice to see. And the Hanamoto Samurai are down now. Just a really, really strong army out from Riotcoke. And the Flaming Arrows are going to go down themselves.
Mhm. They have the same range as the heavy cannon, so it's pretty tough.
Yeah. They were taken down by the Ward Gelder themselves, or Vodgirde. It's probably something like that, Vodgirde.
11 clubs.
Yeah, the club's coming from Intervention. That
Yep.
is, I mean, I suppose that's okay,
Oh,
but they're not going to do anything versus the heavy infantry mass that Riotcoke has.
yeah, those Grand Musketeer are too much for Japan to deal with.
That's an OP cherry orchard rickshaw, though. Definitely.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh, a fort? Oh, heavy fortification. Okay, yeah, that's the game.
Inflating his score with heavy fortifications. Nicely done. All right, so
Yeah.
that is game number 4 over to Riotcoke. We are
Mhm.
going to get into game number 5 in just a bit. We'll look at some of the combat stats for you guys, or some of the stats. Combat XP, fairly self-explanatory.
Mhm.
Resources
Pretty fun game
gathered.
to watch.
Yep. You can see that military to
Wow, look at
population
the
jump. Yeah, and we'll go to villager population there. You can see that Jackgaming had a lead in villagers, but with the banks and more banks out than he had shrines, it's still only on 13. Make that 11 shrines because the Toshugo shrine is worth 20 population.
Yep.
Definitely behind there. One thing very rarely see is seeing a nice curve of military population there.
Exactly.
So that's interesting.
Uh,
But
some
yeah,
pretty nice pop.
yeah, we see Jackgaming hit age 3 just about as Riotcoke hits age 4, and he does a lot with that. That's gonna conclude game number 4, and we'll get into game number 5 shortly.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. The final game in this series.
Yeah, final game. It is. Let's check the map real quick. The map
It,
is Manchuria.
yep. Manchuria. So it's a nice map with the sea, with the native, and also the trading posts.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Manchuria is a very standard map, or very very good map. It's a very balanced map. Different aspects to it with a somewhat small sea, but has 4 whales in it. Has trade posts that can spawn between the players or behind the players. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's also livestock on the map. There's not a whole lot of hunts. Can you China
Yeah,
again?
you can.
Yes.
Yeah,
Game
Siberian.
4 Civ reset.
Okay, China versus Auto. And let's see.
All right, so China versus Auto. Uh, was Game 4 Dhaka?
Game
No,
4 is on
game
Kamchatka. He
3
just
was
played it.
Dhaka. Game
Oh yeah, he didn't remember the
4
number.
Kamchatka. Yeah, it's all right. Um, Getting
Yeah, let's
into it.
go.
This is game number 5, EPL Season 2, Week 5, Riotcoke versus Jackgaming. This has been jailed casting along with Zeke co-casting. Yeah, I'm excited to be casting with Zeke and getting
Yeah,
into
me
some.
too. I'm nice to cast with you, Joe.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Riotcoke versus Jackgaming, Chinese versus Ottomans. It can be hard to predict what these players are going to do, but go ahead and try to give your
Yeah.
best prediction. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I've heard about Jack Gaming is good at the revolt as using the auto, so and the revolt is a pretty nice strategy versus China. So I could expect that happening. And
Yeah,
this trading post line is rather safe for a revolt. So yeah, I would appreciate if he revolt here.
yeah, I would like to see that from Jack Gaming. On the other hand, I'm not sure what I'm going to see from Riot Coke. Perhaps an FF
Right.
into a really strong push. I think he expects the revolt out from Jack, but it's a
Yeah.
possibility that he doesn't, of course. Other options. So the main options with Ottoman in 1v1 is a rush, like a Jan rush,
Mm-hmm.
following up with perhaps stable units or artillery foundry units. Or
Yep.
an FF is really common. It's called a Botto
Yeah.
FF. You go
Uh,
Janissaries and 2 Falconets, do a really hard
mm-hmm.
push really early. Uh,
Spahi, Abaskan, and the Mamluks. Those are really solid in the fortress.
Yeah, for sure. On the other hand, you can also do a revolt. We don't see it all the time, but it
Yeah.
is an option, and it's very exciting when in games when people do that. On the other
Sure.
hand, China is most commonly does an FF or a fast industrial. So both are options. I'm definitely curious to see what these players are going to do here.
Me too. Yeah, and one thing is that it's a good China map because you do have the livestock on the map, and those yaks can be fattened pretty fast, I believe.
Yeah, on EP, the village fattens them a little bit slower,
Mm-hmm.
but it still fattens them. And when you hit
Yeah.
to age 2, it fattens just the normal amount. So this could be pretty interesting out from Riot Coke here. Neither
Yeah.
player. So we see one TP out from Jack Gaming. Let's
Yeah.
see. It looks like it was a food start.
He's not building a house, and he will be housed. Huh. I thought
He
he was sending something like Silk Road or even Schooner, but apparently not.
Yeah, it's hard to see when the villager would come out exactly. If I knew my timings perfectly, I wouldn't be able to tell you at what point the villager would come out. But
Yeah, he
yeah,
is now building a house. Yeah. If you are popped when a wheel is coming out, you will just lose a wheel, and the town center will train the wheel again.
yep.
So basically, like,
It's basically a lost villager. You're correct.
hmm
It basically never spawns in the first place.
yeah. Wow, 90 wood, pretty nice.
Yeah, let's take a look at the treasures picked up so far. Right Cook picks up 20 coin, 40 wood, and now 90 wood. Jack Gaming picked up 45 food. Let's see where his
Mm-hmm.
explorer is. Just scouting the map. We're gonna go to Fog of War here and see what the players are doing.
Oh, it's a bit sad hurting.
Yeah, hurting could have been more ideal there for sure. Looking around the map, we see Jack Gaming is doing decently well.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the economy, slight advantage over to China, as is expected.
Yeah.
Japan, I can't talk. Ottomans is
Auto.
aging up to 2 right now. China
Mm-hmm.
is at 730 food right now. So he'll be aging up pretty soon himself. This food is going to perhaps to help him age up or at least not have idle TC time a little bit, I would
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, that's the point.
Four
And
villagers on the age up.
It's a little bit late time for China to age, but still would be fine. Yeah, cause the auto is not looking to rush, I would assume.
He's taking his monk back. It's looking like he's going to build trade posts, at least one in
Yeah,
transition. Um,
yeah, most likely.
that signifies to me either an FF or a fast industrial. If it is here, he doesn't have sumptuary laws. He has northern refugees. Interestingly
Yeah, this is
enough,
a more most standard deck, I would say.
yeah. Trade posts are really good for the for an FF or a fast industrial. If he was trying to
Yeah.
put pressure H2, which isn't terribly common with China. He does have a
Oh
forward
wow.
villager though.
Yeah.
Um,
And
interesting.
he's still chopping wood, so it's possible to do like H2, but versus Ottoman is possibly doing a fast fortress.
Yeah, perhaps he's
So
going to use that villager to build a village and have a close shipment point. Perhaps that's why it's out there. We'll
possible.
see what happens when he hits H2. Jackgaming is looking. Oh, he's going. Okay, a mosque. Okay.
I saw there was some barracks.
Yeah, I saw that and I was thinking barracks 2 at first. Um, but yeah,
Mosque is decent.
yep. I think perhaps I would have liked to not, in an FF situation, not build a mosque, not build a house, and get Stagecoach out.
Yeah, true.
But
You could let me check. You could build a house with the 700 wood and
yeah,
get stagecoach earlier.
yeah,
Would slow
that's
your age up time a little bit, but could be much better in the long run.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Looking around, we do see a village come out from Riotcoke. We'll see what he does with that. He is eating some of his yaks right now, so he's trying to age up a little bit faster with it. 700 wood shipped.
Okay, not really. Yeah, he could send the Mandarin Duck squad with like 500 food, I believe.
He does not
Oh, not
have it.
that. All
But
right.
8 Chukunu, 9 Quang Pikemen, and 7 Step Riders. All of those are very
Yep.
good. Does also have the Ret and Shields, but does
That,
not have coin to send it, of course.
mm-hmm.
Based on his macro, I expect Old Han to be coming out here.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, most likely. And Autumn, is he going to scout it?
I
Uh,
don't think he's seen it yet.
he is trying to scout the base of China's base, so it's a good idea. So, but in his aging, I assume it's the forecast.
Yeah, probably. For Hussar, that's a so nine pikemen coming out first.
Okay,
He's
like
trying.
maybe a little bit earlier if he is planning for a timing push.
Yeah, versus Jack Gaming. Jack is not. He sends Minutemen. That's a nice
Yeah,
response. Um,
yeah, it is.
yeah, Minutemen do very well versus Pike type units. They have 26 attack, 200
Yeah,
HP to start with at least. The Pikemen
yeah.
105 HP in H2 with 7 attack. So the Minutemen, let's see, they are counted basically as a skirmisher type unit, ranged infantry, and
Here I would say
yeah,
they are basically musketeer.
yeah, pikemen come in and clean them up.
Wow.
So he is going. He has 2 shipments once he hits age 3. Probably going to
Mm-hmm.
be aging like you were saying with the 4 Hussar. It could be the Abus. That is a possibility though. 4 Hussar come out. Well, he is shipping a
Oh, he's
card now.
out actually.
He is housed, but he's housed after he started shipping a card.
Uh,
He had
I
2
believe
stacked
it's
up.
the forecast for the age up, so maybe he cannot send shipment.
He had 2
Oh, he did
cards.
that.
He did. He had 2 cards and he has 1 on the way. That's a lot of units though. A lot of siege potential out.
Uh,
The Hussar going to raid. I like that choice. That's really well done from Jackgaming. If you're gonna automatically lose your TC or like The Hussar are not going to do anything here. Perhaps they could try to
Yeah.
pick off the Chukunu. They could also keep the pikes from running around, but causing your
Ford.
a
Oh,
fort.
interesting
Ah, that
choice,
is not going to
but
go up.
it will not go up.
The
Well,
wagon won't even go up at all.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's rough. He still has 2 shipments, does not have any housing.
Yeah.
So that concludes game number 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. I can't change
GG.
it to 5. The UI does not
Yeah,
allow that.
that's the maximum point, the 4. It's designed for a pass off, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's kind of a contribute to the revolt.
Jackgaming is a good sport. I appreciate that a lot. He is he's thanking everyone for watching and for for playing with him. He recognizes he needs to improve, but he thanks everyone, and he recognizes what he shouldn't have done. He should have not gone for revolt because it was very expected. Riotcoke pretty much knew what was going to happen from the very beginning of the game.